What we are going to do is I've got the tarot, Rider Waite. We've got class. We're going classic. We going classic with this Pluto. I also have the Oracle of Shadows and Light, which I thought was so perfect for Scorpio, so perfect for this time. And we are going to use the Oracles of Shadow and Light to get a overall card for each of these words: deceptive, deceiving, and distorted. So we'll pull the overall, we'll read from the overall, and then we will get additional insight with the tarot. So let me get this one going. Big tarot cards. Got how pliable these were. That's fantastic. All right. Seriously, it is toasty up in here. All right, note to self: in the future, we are coming to summer. Go and turn on your fan. If you join me next week live, make sure to remind me in the chat. Thank you. All right. Well, okay. So we have deceptive first, deceiving, and then distorted. So spirit, ancestors, let me turn this way. What message do you have for the collective during this Scorpio lunar eclipse for deceptive? For how this eclipse is deceptive, what message do you have? Thank you. All right, and what message do you have during this eclipse for deceiving? What is your message for deceiving? Thank you. And what is your message for distorted? Oop, there we go. Ooh, that's a little Venus and Gemini square Neptune. All right, let me put these over here. All right, so let's see what we have. So lots of sevens right away. So we have strangely lonely, holding on way too tight with the number 17. Very like Celtic in nature. She even has red hair. She's got some sigils here. Interesting to see what this comes out, especially since we just celebrated Beltane. Might have a little bit of tie into that. And then we have 37, Candy Cane Angel. It's time for a treat. She just like, look at her little eyes. This reminds me of that emoji, like the crying eye emoji. And then we have 32, Sea Storm, calm amid chaos. And chaos is abound. All right, so let's get the book out and let's start with deceptive first. So I'm going to put this up here. I'm going to bring deceptive down and let's get into deceptive first. So let's take a look at what it says. All right, here we go. Deceptive, strangely lonely. I'll hold it up a little bit. Look how beautiful it is. This deck is wonderful. Like, I love this deck. Message: holding on way too tight. This sweet and defiant being holds fast to her Celtic promise, clutching her belief system because without it, she is not sure who she truly is. Perhaps it was given to her by a beloved. Perhaps it represents her family, a loved one, or aspects of her soul. But the reason she holds on so tight is that she is lonely and has yet to connect with her soul family on a day-to-day basis. There are times in your life when you too may be surrounded by people, even those you call friends, but you still feel extremely lonely amongst it all, and she does. You may feel like you need a barrier between yourself and the world, and she does. There is a sense that you feel too strongly your individuality and that you are lonely, and she is too. Strangely lonely speaks, and this is a quote. You are holding so tightly to something that is proving to be a barrier between you and others, which is why you feel so all alone at times. At present, you may need to open up a little and admit that you crave like-minded people around you. This does not mean people who do the same things for you as you do in your living life. It means people who speak to your soul. And I did mess that one up, so that was not the direct quote. Let me read it again. This does not mean people who do the same things for a living as you. It means people who speak to your soul. You're craving metaphysical and mysterious discussions, and you've got some questions that truly need answers, or at least exploration. It's time to consult oracles, the ones that we find when we seek out friends who tell us what they see, not what they think we wish to hear. And what you are likely to hear is that you must let something go. Below eclipse season. Divination message. One dilemma with living in a world you feel you must protect is that you fear other people intruding on it, disturbing the delicate balance. So you hold on tighter to whatever you have or whatever you feel makes you you. The truth is, your inner world is richer than most, and it's an imaginative paradise or hell, depending upon your state of mind. When you receive this card, please let go just a little and notice how this gives you room to interact and engage with loving others. And this, therefore, helps you recreate your world anew. It is likely you will choose carefully who you allow in, but at least one person does need to be let in, and at least one security blanket needs to be shown the door, just for a moment. Hello, Eclipse. Well, if that energy wasn't right. Okay. Let's continue on and see what else the tarot has to say about that. So, this is for deceptive. Where are you deceiving yourself? Where are you deceiving yourself in? Hold on. I can have this for a little bit more time. I don't need to dig. I don't need to change. I don't need to do all of that. Scorpio is fixed energy. And the eclipse is saying, nice. No, that's not what we do here. That's not what we do here. And this is, I mean, yes, definitely. Oh, look, this card came out on Beltane, Four of Swords. Definitely, this is like, I am getting very, especially with here, the sea storm, I am getting very much, because don't forget, let me put this over here. Actually, I think this would be a better representation. So don't forget the candy cane angel is in the middle. This to me represents, like, here we have this strangely lonely Celtic cross. This is the conversation that started on Beltane. This is the conversation that started with that Aries solar eclipse. This is the conversation you may have been having with yourself for a really long time, right? For at least a little while. Maybe even from the last eclipse season, which was October, November. So, like, this to me indicates that kind of deceptive, like the past sneaking up on you, right? And then this candy cane angel seems more, and we'll get into it, but this seems more aligned with the eclipse itself, where the sea storm aligns with what Venus and Gemini, Neptune, Pisces, and this Jupiter and Aries is doing right before this. Kind of like combining all of these things together to really show something. Something's happening. Great endings, great beginnings. Something is changing. Something has to be let go. Something has to be buried. It's time. And that something can be a multitude of everything. It could be something as simple as stop using the deodorant that you've been using that has aluminum in it, that you know you shouldn't be using, that you've been told you shouldn't be using, that you've been given very clear indication and signs from the spirit, from your ancestors, that this is really not serving you. Don't use this no more. This is not serving you. It could be something as simple as, what you're drinking. Have you been getting indication that maybe caffeine is not doing your body good? Maybe that's the indication you're getting. We've done a lot with changing habits. We've talked a lot over March about health and taking care of your body. And maybe that's what this is. Like maybe it's finally time to let that security blanket of your coffee go. And this may honestly be talking to myself right now, just letting y'all know. All right, Queen of Pentacles also, and we have the Three of Cups. Where did I put that? There it is. Okay. So as we're in this deceptiveness again, right? We're not seeing it in America. We're not, most of the world's not seeing it. We've got Australia, maybe even a little bit of Indonesia, a little bit of New Zealand. So this isn't one of those, again, it's deceptive. This eclipse is not really in a behavior that we're used to seeing these Scorpio eclipses, because this has been our access point for the last year and a half. This is a deceptive area. And what this moon could be showing, or even what you have been working on, what do you need to let go of? The Queen of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. This card has also been strong these last couple of readings. And that's why I love doing consistent readings, because you get to see and layer like, oh, there was something a couple of readings ago that maybe we need to pay attention to here. And what did she talk about here where it was like, I'm looking, because it was something about like spirit. This does not mean people who do the same thing. It means people who speak to your soul. Three of Cups. People who speak to your soul. Go find your soul tribe. You can't find your soul tribe if you aren't in this space where, you know, it's like, I'm getting, again, going back to Beltane, spring clean you. If you spring clean you, you will know more of what you want. This conversation is over and over and over again. What do you want? What are your values? Are you aligned? Are you moving in the direction of that? Are the decisions you're making aligning, Queen of Pentacles, aligning with your highest path and purpose? Are they aligning with your goals? Not the goals that maybe like, you know, the goals that are tangible, the goals that are on earth. We still are in Taurus season. The seeds that we're planting. What do you need to let go of in order to do that? What do you need to say goodbye to? I mean, if outside of the death card in the minor arcana, this is pretty much death, right? This is bury it and get it the fuck out. Mourn it. Go ahead and grieve. This is like the funeral, right? You've got the window in the background, obviously in a church, effigy here. We've got his sword here. We've got three others. Like, salute. Thank you. Thank you, past. Thank you, whatever the fuck this is. Thank you for your presence in my life. Thank you for everything that you gave me. Thank you for all the lessons that you've taught me. I would not be here today if it was not for you. We appreciate you. Bye-bye. I have way too much good. I have way too much I'm trying to accomplish with this Queen of Pentacles. I have way too much abundance coming in. I have way too much to live for, to be stuck here, to be stuck in this strangely lonely, to be stuck holding on so tightly. I am worth more than that. I am worth more than that. I need to let go. I need to let go. I need to find and surround myself with the people that set my soul on fire, that continue to get me to my goals, that I can have deep, engaging conversations in. Because that's really, right? Like here we are with this Venus in Gemini. She wants to be surface level. So you're kind of button up against that. She wants to be surface level right now. We don't have a lot going on in Sagittarius, which is where that higher, you know, that kind of perspective of like, I want to learn, I want to dig into my, I want to dig into like intellectual, really deeply intellectual conversations. with people. Like Sagittarius is not being lit up right now, but we are going to get there. We're going to head down that path. We're going to come into a state of deeper learning, this fire within us to do more. Venus is going into Cancer at the end of this week, which we're going to talk about here in a second. And then she's on her way to Leo. And she's going to be spending 3 months there. She's doing a whole retrograde. So it's like really taking this time right now to hash these things out. So when you get to that Venus and Leo, when we get to this Sagittarius energy that's going to be coming, we can apply. We've got the people that are going to light that fire underneath us, that are going to keep pushing us, that are going to keep getting us into uncomfortable areas and pushing us to grow through those. Heal, thrive, grow. Heal, thrive, grow. That's what we do. That's the whole motto at Twitchy Tuesday. That's the whole motto for Habitual Sages. Helping 1 million people heal, thrive, and grow. Vision. I had to let go of certain things in order to get to that vision. I had to let go to my limited mindset. I had to let go of the way I thought things should be to get to that mindset. I had to surround myself with people that got me there, continue to try to challenge me. That when I stopped reading over the last year, wasn't just like, oh, I get it. I understand you move. I understand. No, it was, so when are you getting this? When are you actually going to get back at this? This is how we cultivate. This is how we continue to grow. All right, so that is the Strangely Lonely. I'm actually going to leave these. I'm fearing to leave these. We might get like a bigger, broader picture with them. Okay, so next out was 37, Candy Cane Angel. That is a 10. We love a good 10 in our lives. Love a big yes. All right, Candy Cane Angel. It's so cute. Look at how cute. Seriously, this deck. Obviously, the link is in the description box. If this deck is calling to you, you can find it through that link. All right, Candy Cane Angel. It is time for a treat. And this is deceiving, by the way. It is time for a treat. All right, the Candy Cane Angel is in charge of letting you know when it is time for some little luxuries. Venus going into Cancer. That will reconnect you with your self-love and self-worth. She too holds back from giving to herself, but she is such an earnest and industrious little angel. But her message is always clear. It is time for some fun. We just talked about that. The Candy Cane Angel speaks. You know what my problem is? And you know what your problem is? No? Well, let me tell you. Our problem is that we both feel guilty about giving ourselves pleasure. See this little treat in my hands? It's not bad, is it? It's not evil, is it? But can I bring myself to just sit down and taste every moment of its sugary, sweet delights? No? I have to wonder if it's the right time. If I have done enough to earn this treat. I wonder why I should get this when so many do not have a single candy cane for their own selves. I torment myself with these things, and so do you. How about we make a deal? Next time you ponder a gift to yourself, a message or a massage, a treat, a spiritual workshop, a delicious meal, time to laugh with a friend, a long rest or nap, meditation time, or just even space clearing, know that when you energetically tell yourself, I am way too busy for that indulgence, you are really saying, I don't deserve that. Well, let's decide that you fucking do. Fucking was not in here. I'm not. I am about to have my treat. I now charge you with the same cost. Give yourself that which you have been denying yourself. You do deserve it. And I will be the one to say, Maloney Adams, right now, 5/2/6/28 p.m. Central Time. You have fucking permission to eat the candy cane. You need some permission if that's what gets you over the hump. You have permission. You are here. You are alive on this earth. You have permission to be great. You have permission to live it to its fullest extent. In what is healthy for you, in what aligns with your higher purpose, in what aligns with your destiny. Divination message. It is definitely time to have a treat, to give yourself the thing that you've been putting off until you have worked hard enough or saved enough money or done without long enough. This card can come up for people who have been taught to save before they buy, a wonderful strategy, but at times this can tip over into almost a habitual denial. You truly deserve some pleasures at this time in whatever form you have been denying yourself. Do not rationalize or talk yourself out of it any longer. The candy cane angel has appeared. She has made a bargain with you, and you are now going to have some fun, some delight, some tasty treats, whether in the form of food, clothing, luxuries, or experiences, and you have forced yourself to do without. The luxuries are not only available to you, they are necessary for your growth. Step out of the consciousness of lack and into the consciousness of I deserve. Mindset shift. That might be what has to be let go of. And grant yourself this lovely moment of luxury. It's time for some, I don't know how to speak French, joie de vivre, and enjoyment to restage a grand entrance into your life. I was getting, as I was reading that, I was getting so much of like the game candy cane, all of the vibes. Like, do you remember anybody? I was born 83, so anytime in the 80s or 90s. I don't know exactly when it came out, but when those commercials for the candy cane came out and it like had the little girl, the candy cane girl, and she would be like, yo, candy cane's a whole fucking vibe. Maybe that's what we need to be doing on this Venus Neptune. Like maybe Persephone is down up in the underworld and is like, can you at least conjure some fucking candy cane that we can play? Maybe that's what's needed, is just having that little bit of fun, having that little bit of moment of break, giving yourself that indulgent. If you have been nose to the fucking grindstone for months, maybe it's time. Maybe it's time for that little time to go out and play. Obviously, and here's what I love that this card came out to. Obviously, if you have goals you're trying to achieve, for example, you have a goal of becoming the healthiest version of you, so that way you can thrive, that way you can take care of your family, you can prepare for what's coming up, whatever that looks like in your life. Whatever that goal is, like let's just say it's just getting in shape, is indulging meeting your goals. So instead of saying, again, this is not about I don't deserve this. This is about, the lovers just popped out. This is about loving yourself enough to say, I actually do deserve a fucking piece of cake, but my goals and what I want to accomplish, I'm okay without it. I'm okay, but I know I deserve it. Because that's what this card is saying. It's not a, again, here we go, deceiving, right? It's a deceiving card. It is absolutely a deceiving card because this card, this candy cane angel card right here, time for a treat, in this deceiving bucket, this card is not here saying, ooh, go eat every piece of cake that you can get your fucking hands on. Any type of candy you want, you can have it. Go ahead and gorge yourself. Go ahead. That's not what this card is saying in any way, shape, or form. Do not be deceived by that message, right? Peel yourself back a little bit. Listen to what it is saying. What it is talking about is understanding that you deserve the things that are coming to you. that you deserve to take a moment and celebrate yourself. It comes back to this celebration, that you deserve all of the goodness in life, whatever form that takes for you. But you are still working towards your goals. Again, we've got the Star, the King of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and the Lovers. And this is this star, deceiving energy, right? Here we have the Star. Look, it is a balance. It is a balance. Before this moon can get to Scorpio, it is in Libra. This is a balance. It's a balance of understanding, right? 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on land, which is really wonderful because it's Taurus, Scorpio, right? It is this moment to understand, like, I do have to balance. I have to balance overall this huge star up here, the huge star that's on this card. Overall, I am deserving. I have to balance all the abundance, this water that comes to me, with what I can actually use this water for in my life. Because all things are available to you. All things, all timelines are there. Ready and waiting for you to pluck them. Ready and waiting for you to say yes. Ready and waiting for you to get on the fucking escalator. Ready and waiting for you to walk through the door. All of them are here. This is a portal. This eclipse is a portal. High five. Portal. Change. Portal to change. Portal to leveling up. And you deserve this portal. You deserve whatever it brings through. You deserve all of these things. But it's got to make sense, because if this water isn't going to nurture the seeds that you have already planted, and if this water doesn't have the right nutrients for all of the seeds that you have planted, this King of Pentacles can never come to fruition. This King of Pentacles, useless, fake news, we're done. Bye, gone. This King of Pentacles can't be here in its full power and in its full glory. So it's, again, knowing that you deserve it, but what are your goals? My goals are bigger than that. My values are big. This is why we've been saying, get in, Page of Swords. Get fucking clear about your values. Get clear about what you want. Get clear about where you're headed, and not in the short term, but in the long term. Because sure, I could eat a whole fucking cake today. And in the grand, long scheme of things, I can make up for that in a couple of weeks, right? Like I can make up for that in 3 weeks. But what are you doing to yourself? What are you saying to yourself and to the universe? If you have told the universe, I want to fucking rock and body, and I want to be healthy, and I want to thrive. I want to thrive. I am turning 40 this year. I want to thrive. I want to become hashtag 40 and align. 40 clan there. Hashtag 40 and align. That's what I want. So if I told the universe that, and if I'm manifesting that, what am I saying if I all of a sudden go, so yeah, I want to be 40 and aligned, and I want to do all of these things instead? That's mixed messages. You're like, what are you doing? Right? We want to be clear. We want to have this Page of Swords clarity. Yeah, it's youthful. It's not a king yet. It's a Page of Swords clarity, but we've got to stand in that power. We cannot be deceived. We cannot be deceived. We've got to stand in that power, because there's a lot that can be deceiving out there, y'all. The Lovers? I'm surprised the Devil didn't come out in this one. I know this is the Lovers card. I am getting all of those devilly lover vibes, right? Because the Lovers are in the Devil card. Now, this is a little more high, pronounced, higher, more in line, more in love. So yeah, like hone in on the highest vibration of this Lovers aspect. Unify with yourself. Know you deserve the things that are coming in. Know that you are abundant enough to bring in all that you deserve. whatever that is. Like, look, again, we are going to the movies. We don't have to go to the movies. I haven't been in the movies in a while. I think the last movie that we went and saw was Thor, Love and Thunder, in the movie theater. I think that was the last time we went to a movie. Movies aren't a big thing. But why not? You can go to a movie, right? There's nothing in my, again, this is where this is where this deserving comes in from, which is, it's not that I'm great. I don't need to go to a movie. I don't need to spend the money to do that. I'm definitely not eating the popcorn. That's not in my goal list. That's not in my check boxes. However, what is having experiences. And there is nothing that I am doing because I have created my calendar as such, because I have set myself up for success. There's nothing that I'm doing that I can't take 2 hours with my husband and go on a movie date. And I love Marvel movies. Why not? Let's do it. Let's have some fun. Let's go explore. Let's get into some things because we deserve to have those experiences. All right. We are going to leave these here. We are going to hit up this sea storm. Calm amid chaos. I love that message. Moni and I were just talking about chaos yesterday, so this is going to be good. Let's see what comes out. All right, so this is for distorted. So sea storm, calm amid chaos, about sea storm. Even though the seas are wild, the atmosphere is, torn with stabs of lightning, and there is no land in sight. The sea storm being is following her intuition, and she will know what to do to make it home. Lightning won't strike her, and she will keep swimming until she reaches land. She seems slightly in a trance and is using her inner wisdom and deep knowledge to swim home. She is from Atlantis, where she saw beings doing things that would lead to destruction. She has seen how their hubris led to this upheaval, and her home is sunk under the waves. She now goes out in search of her new home. So too can you. Quoting Sea Storm, you are surrounded by storms, wild moments, and a great deal of emotional drama at this time. This world you know may be changing in almost unrecognizable ways. There is destruction behind you, and you have left it in the past, but you are still searching for your new home. You will find it if you turn inwards and listen to the inner knowledge that will send you in the right direction. Don't look. Look. You are a shapeshifter, and you are able to make it through this time with no land, no home, and no apparent rescue by trusting that you will make it. Divination message. This is time of upheaval and great change, but if you tune into your deep inner voice and follow the radar you have built into your very cells, you will find the way home through all this chaos and wreckage. The old world is gone. The new world is yet to be formed. Found, but formed if it landed for you. The journey will continue for some time, but trust, and follow the compass of your inner guidance. Listen, check in with your wisdom, and then go in that direction. You are more adaptable, more flexible, more able to survive than you know. Interest in the lands of Lemuria and Atlantis and memories of these lands may be resurfacing. Like, shout out to Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, right? Shout out to Saturn in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces right now. Let's give a big shout out if you are Atlantean, Lemurian, if that is your lineage, your past, your history. Shout out to you. Thank you for joining me today. Definitely love Lemurian and Atlantis energy. So this is searching for home, searching for where you are at, distorted. Your view of home is distorted. The seas, the lightning, it's all distorting everything. So I love that distorted aligned with this word excuse me, with this card, because distortion is viewing something. How do you know something's distorted, right? You see it, you feel it, it's distorted. It's a sensory thing. This card is very clearly saying the way out of your distortion is to go in. Internal. Connect. I heard it loud and clear multiple times through this message. Connect with your ancestors. Get a goon rise, right? Like, get with your ancestors. Get with them. Develop relationships with them. They are here to help and support you. They are here, waiting to be acknowledged, waiting to be revered, waiting to be celebrated. 5 of Rods, waiting to have some sort of action taken, even if this is like, well, I don't know what to do with, I don't know if I should be, I don't like, what are people, don't worry about all of that. This is an internal you thing. Get going. Whoa, look, ancestors were like, we want all the cards because you're talking. Okay, well, we're going to do this one instead. 2 of Cups. Get with your ancestors. Like Moni called it, 2023 was the year of the ancestors. As soon as probably mid-month, I think I'm going to wait until Jupiter gets into Taurus before I launch, but the channel Divination and Devotion on YouTube is a new channel that I am starting. Again, I'm looking at right around when Jupiter ingresses into Taurus, so middle of May, where that's what we're going to do there. How do you divine? Do this with the tarot. There are many other divinatory methods. You can use OP Cola. You can use OP Coconut. You can do, I've got the pendulum here, hanging here. So like talking about divination techniques and talking about devotion techniques. How do you set up an altar? How do you communicate with your ancestors? How do you begin to build that relationship? What do I do when I travel? What do I do here? Those are all questions that channel is going to be focused on. So if that is of interest to you, if this message is calling to you, again, it is in the process of being set up, something new opening up for this Scorpio eclipse, something new opening up in the realm of the ancestors as Scorpio digs in, as we've got Pluto here. So if that is of interest to you, you can find that connection point right in my YouTube channel today for Twitchy Tuesday. You can go there, you can subscribe, you can get notified so that way when videos stop dropping, because they're not going to be live videos, when I upload once a week, that's the intention of that channel, you've got all of that information coming to you. All right, let's see if there's any other messages outside of that really strong one about connecting with the ancestors. Yep, Temperance. So here's what's so interesting, right? Like, we've got Temperance here. We've got the Star here. Both. Look at them. 1 foot in the water, 1 foot in land. Scorpio, Taurus axis. The nodes are moving in, I think it's July. Well, when we get there, we'll know. It's either June or July. So if anybody knows, drop it in the chat or put it in the comments. I don't have it handy on my mental right now, but June or July is when the nodes will be shifting. They will be coming out of this. So this to me is an indication of like time frame, right? The nodes are shifting. So this energy that you have access to right now, these messages, this information, this timeline jumping, all the things that we're doing right now, if these are resonating with you, you have only a little bit longer to go before that energy is waning, before that energy is not as prominent as it is right now. Now, that doesn't mean that the changes can't still happen. But why make it harder than it needs to be? Right? We're here. The energy's here. Why not just feel, go with it, move, flow, and flow. Right here we have Temperance, flow from one to the other. So as we get this divinatory message of like, hey, there is chaos. I loved this line. This is a time of upheaval and great change. That is so absolutely true. And not just from an individual perspective, from a collective perspective. Like, I know you could probably say this about any fucking time in history, but yo, this is mind-boggling what we are going through right now. And it needs to be acknowledged. Elaine357 on YouTube, hello to you as well. Thank you for joining. So in this distorted, like, the things that are happening right now, like, whoa, right? Collectively as a humanity, like, whoa. Time of upheaval and great change. And it's only going to continue. Pluto just dipped into Aquarius at 0 degrees. He's headed back. He ain't going to be here until 2024 November permanently. There is so much more upheaval and change as he swipes back and forth between Capricorn and Aquarius. And then he sits in Aquarius for 21 years. 2044 is when he will start to head out of Aquarius. So much upheaval and change with Pluto changing into that sign. So much. Like, look at all that's changed so far from 2008 till now when he's been in Capricorn, right? Like, it's all about the change right now. And how are you going to flow this temperance? How are you going to flow within that change? And again, I love that temperance is the only major arcana here when we talk about connecting into the inner you, connecting. Don't be distorted. Your distortion, your visual and sensory distortion is because you're not connecting inward. You're not connecting to the ancestors. And this angel in temperance right here is like here saying, hey, there's a lot more available to you out there than what you're seeing and what you're feeling. Get internal, get inside, clear that distortion. Because there is 2 of Cups. There's a lot that is coming in. There's a lot. Remember, things happen for you, not to you. There is a lot to celebrate. There is a lot to celebrate. If you are, again, I talked about this just a little earlier, if you are one of the individuals who have taken your destiny into your hands and started to walk your destiny path and said, you know what, I am going to go with what's more aligned for me, congratulations, congratulate yourself. That didn't have to be easy. Nobody is saying any of this is easy. Fuck, is that worth it, man? You celebrating, you standing in your power, you fighting off the 5 of wands, you fighting off all of the naysayers and all of that shit because you wanted to quit your corporate 9 to 5 and like really great money, and you want to put it into your passion of being a baker. Fucking celebrate that shit. I am here to congratulate you because you doing that allows me to have fire lit up under me. That's how through us, all things are possible. Through us, change occurs outside of us. This is how we create the ripples. I see somebody doing that. My vision is cleared enough. I know I deserve that. I'm not holding on to these old patterns and these old paradigms. I see all of it. It is open for me. It is bursting wide open. And I see the potentials and the possibilities, and I see that other people are doing it. I can do it too. There we go. I'm listening. I think that's it. That's where we're at. All right. This reading for the Scorpio eclipse is over.